All right, welcome back to the league race this time with FTRL. Jeez, I get my leagues mixed up. FTRL for round number 10, I think, 11, whatever, of France. Yeah, interesting race. Wet, dry, and then wet again. So, an interesting dilemma to be had in terms of the race, but for now there's qualifying. I do like this track. I enjoy driving it. Once the setup I have, I actually really enjoy. You're going to see it in a sec. It's a little out there, but France setups kind of always have, in a way. Like, I remember in F1 2018, 2019, they were kind of odd as well. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. It is quite a unique track, depending how you feel about that kind of thing. So there's this. Well, the setup gets weird here because it's like 110, 110. I think I changed up to 2.5 to compensate for the ride height in the rain, but. Yeah, weird setup. It's actually a variation of Matt's setup. So, thank you, Matthew. We appreciate that. Because it felt really good. I'm just not very quick. Anyways, here's my last run in qualifying. Run 1. I filled up for 2 runs, a 28.7. And the best time I've done is a 28.3, I think. Well, I know there's a 28 flat in there if I absolutely nailed it all. Second run, I did end up finding improvement. And ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? I have out-qualified my teammate Joseph Corboy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They said it would never happen. They said it could never be done. I am not being 13-0'd. Yes. To be fair, Joe had a collision with I can't remember who it was coming on his outlap, so he never got the chance to improve, but I was surprised I could find an improvement on the second lap of those softs because they're not great tyre around here. And here is the race. I was hoping it would be a dry start, but because then mediums, maybe it would take a few laps to get the wet conditions going. So, yeah, an interesting one to say the least. Again, rain doesn't really suit me. I just don't have any pace in it. Just between the throttle and all these kind of things, I just don't excel. I don't excel in the rain. So here we go then. From P15, can only go upwards, right? Here we go. 5 red lights, and away we go. It's a slow. It's a tentative start. Make sure to have the tyres okay. AP gets an absolute rocket of a start here. I should have used a lot more overtake, to be fair. Heading over, though, yeah. The space closed up kind of quickly, so we're going to look at it again. AP must have his overtake on, because he is flying by. And I didn't use overtake myself, because I didn't want to be running up into the back of people too much. So the space very much is here in front of me for me to break into. You see, AP then is going to come across a bit on Jax Ishida, who then decides to veer over to the left in the braking zone. And I react to it, but there's not enough track or time to really to avoid it. So now I have wing damage, and yeah. It was a weird one at the time, and looking back on it, I was like, wow, that's actually what happened. So, yeah, pretty disappointing about that. There's no point in reporting it, though. Like, there's no point. He didn't even finish the race. It changes nothing. It's just frustrating is all. I should have maybe reported it, but oh well. So now we try and negotiate the rest of this. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna pit. I don't know if I'm going to. I have no idea. Basically, I was thinking I might just stay out, but because the rain was going to disappear quite soon. There's my only warning of this race. So, yeah, yeah, it's frustrating. I wasn't sure. Look at what is Jeff suggesting here? Medium. Yeah, good one. Well, what a joker, Jeff. You're an absolute twat. An absolute gobshite. Anyway, so I want to let that run out before I flipping, actually do anything about it. But because I don't want to flipping do anything. Anyways, heading into this fast right-hander of seam corner, sway off. There he goes to the left-hand side. Off he goes into the wall, and he is out of the race. Okay. Bringing out the safety car. There it is. This is the other reason I didn't really bother reporting, because like I could now pit without losing too much time. So as sad as it makes me see the C's favorite tire, I could actually make this work to my advantage and box. So we're going to do exactly that. Come into the pits, put on and set of. I had to set the inters there. I almost got caught out there. Put the wing up to 6. And change the wing, and we can get going again. So we lose a position or so, but that's fine. It's at least we could be somewhat there. With the crowd. And I can save some fuel because I didn't intend to chop this much fuel out. I want to leave a lap or two, but I kind of just Just didn't get it right. So it gives me a chance to just save some fuel, save some, a fresh set of boots. Not that it really matters much, but just to replace the wings, the big thing, and get back up to the pack. That's the most important thing. And here is the private safety car restart. We're going quite early, so initially they get away, but that's okay because there's a heavy braking zone. Two of them to be precise, so it's gonna be fine. Pagani damaged his wing with the safety car. He pits. Joe's got a penalty for the collision with Pagani, so I'm not sure what happened there. Actually, I do. It was I believe it just broke. So we're underway once again. Again, nothing really doing. I'm going to try and save fuel as much as I can. ERS not too concerned about burning off because it's gonna be it's in the rain. Not too bad about that. So, anyways, next phase is just waiting for the tires to the track to dry up, really. And here it is, lap 6. There's another safety car out. That's AP this time. I believe he's going to bring out a second safety car, and this is an absolute no-brainer now to dive into the pits. So I was thinking about what to come in this soon anyways, but yeah, mediums is I think the way to go. Again, Jeff wants me to, for some reason, I want to check the weather, because I want to see, do I need to put on, hards or mediums? So looking at that, it seemed like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, medium tires should do the trick. Anyways, I am being stacked, obviously, here. So, there we go. Again, close to the back. So, again, more chance to save fuel, which is good. I need to save fuel because, not great. But it's pretty much, it's not a very interesting race, really. Nothing really interesting is going on at this moment in time. The skill gap here, I don't know, man. Just, how can anyone do 20? I could do a 28 flat, maybe, best case scenario. But people are doing 26s. I just don't understand where they find the time. There is some chaos in front with wing damage. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Lennon. So that puts Chris though right in the firing line. So I tried to go past him. To be fair, I tried to use overtake, but I guess he was replying with his own, so I couldn't really do anything about that. Lennon disconnects, so that's gonna be a position gained.
I left the session. I've legal overtake on him. Wow.
And Joe, as you hear, gets a legal overtake on him for leaving the session with the yellow flag. So I got Pagani behind me, and Pagani was quite a bit behind, but now Joe lets us go here. To be fair to him.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just this stage. Just trying to stick with cars. I mean, there's nothing too much else going on. Just waiting until the rain comes again. Trying to keep ahead of Pagani and the such. And here's lap 12. Now, Enduro Chris is getting away quite quickly. Now you couldn't see anything wrong there, right? But he gained about 3/10 hanging out of that section. I was like, geez, I'm losing a lot of time quite quickly here. I discovered afterwards that let's just say he'd been taking some creative interpretations of track limits. Here's the footage from his stream. And great corner cutting, great track limits there. So literally he did that for I counted 6-7 different instances where he did that. And you can see the time he gains as a result. So this was reported, not just by me. This was reported after the race, and he got himself a 10-second penalty for it. So, well earned, I have to say. A well-earned 10-second penalty there. Anyways, at 15, he's now 6+ seconds clear. He's got 6 seconds worth of penalties as well. So, as you can see, the rain is out once again. It's just started. So, I'm basically using everything I can because I'm trying to... I pulled the gap on Pagani. Joe got in front of Pagani. I'm trying to stay in front of Joe, I guess, as well. But yeah, just trying to use all my resources in the dry, so fuel and ERS. But see, lap 17, it's still raining, but I'm only 3/10 down. Arguably, you could put that down to degradation of tires. So this rain is being very slow in terms of actually, changing the track conditions. I think it's lap 18. See the lap times only 1.5 seconds slower. That's not enough. That's not even close to change tires. So we're still going. Lap 18 is picking up a bit now. Heading on to lap 19 is picking up a little bit. You can see the gap, the delta then is 2.4. So it's definitely coming down. So the next lap or two, when it reaches this stage, it can snowball quite quickly. And I went out for another lap, heading on to lap 20. Now it's 3.6. It's incremental gains, and usually when it gets to this range, it does go up quite quickly. So I was prepared to box at the end of this lap. So I was, and I do now. I just did 60% as well, so the tire wear was coming into a factor as well. In retrospect, I think another lap or two was the way to go. And you're going to see why in a second. So out of the pits we come. DRS has not been disabled yet. Again, you're using a judgment in terms of ERS and these kind of things. Joe pitted the lap before as to avoid stacking. So, so not too much can be found out now, but when we come out here, lap 22, Pagani is into the pits here, and he's come out on mediums. Now, I understand the short-term gain of coming out on mediums, because right now you're going to see very quickly as they're going to speed up here. It was the right tire to be on. It was the right tire to be on for the time. There are still 6 laps remaining though, including one they're on. It's too much. It's too long to be out on dry tires for, like, you know, it's too much to be out there when a lap or two maybe is what the most that these mediums are going to give you in terms of being the optimal tire.
Yeah,
so Pagani's going to catch up here. Sure. But there's still so much time left. So if I retrospect, I wish I waited a lap or two longer. The wear was racking up. You can see where he is catching though. So mediums are the quicker tire to be on, sure, and so are softs. But I don't have any regrets about this. I think it was ultimately intermediate was the right tire to be on. I went a lap or two early. So anyways, he's going to blitz by. He's actually going to commit to the overtake here because he's got DRS as well because it's still enabled. Couldn't make up his mind where he was going, but eventually he went to the outside, so I'm not going to fight that too much. So yeah, I just thought Barby let him go, but there's still 5 laps to go, including one we're on. So, you know, I just didn't think it was the right decision long term. I just wish I had picked my lap time to pit a bit better. Is all. And apparently, other people were split down the road between mediums, softs, and more so softs and inters. But here we go, lap 24. It's still within DRS, but I'm back in it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm now catching him. So the time is now to be on these tires. There's still 4 laps to go. So that's a long time to be on the wrong tire. That's a lot of time you're losing per lap. So down this straight, though, the DRS is now disabled. So I just went a bit too early. But I think the right tire to ultimately be on was the intermediate. So because the pit lane here is too long. If the pit lane was shorter, then yes, I would have stayed out a bit longer. But it's 30 seconds as well. Like, that's the thing. It's a long pit lane if you get by Pagani here. If it was 20 seconds, I think it changes circumstances so up. But because it's like 30 seconds, it changes the dynamic of things slightly. So, anyways, though, Enduro Chris is coming out. Pagani pits out again as well. So again, these people who pitted for, some people committed to what they were on. But some others pitched again. That's why I wanted to avoid being on the wrong tire, see, and avoiding another 30-second pit stop. So that's more so what the story was. So anyways, Chris is 8 seconds up in front. He's got 9 seconds worth of pens. He's going to pull away out of that. Lap 27. This is the end of the race. So it's very lonely. It's a very lonely P12 here. Chris has got penalties. Kevin got a puncture, I think, on the last lap. I'm not too sure, but anyways, cross the line. It's going to be P12. Actually, will become P11 because Chris got his 10 seconds added on for his track limits there. So it's going to be P11 in the end. Yeah. I mean, what can you say about that? Interesting race as a strategy. Sadly, I am still 39 seconds behind the race winner and, a long way off of cars in front without penalty. So, yeah, a lonely P12 in the end.
16 minutes.
That's all there is to say about that. So yeah, pretty straightforward, boring. Well, not a boring race, but yeah, boring race in some regards as well for me. Here's the standings. I think that's actually incorrect because I think I outscored Chris at France. He's got 10 points. I have 9. So that's 1 point. I think if I end up being behind someone or something happens by 1 point, I'll appeal it. But Renault in third there on 238 is good. We're in contention with Ferrari, so that's basically where our season's at. We just have to beat them. To the constructors, that'd be good to get a third place. I think that'd be pretty good, all things considered. Anyways, thanks very much for watching, and until next time. Next track is Russia. Yeah, great. So yeah, until next time.